Right, I have to say, I absolutely love this challenge. I really do. This is probably one of the first ones I would do, believe it or not. So, it's nothing I've taught you. Some of you might know about it, or some of you might not. So, a few things we have to learn when we're going through this. So, if we read it together, as a zoo designer, so you're going to design a zoo. So, it says, you have been hired to design a new zoo for Edinburgh. The existing zoo is old and cannot keep up with the people who come to visit. You must design it using your maths knowledge of perimeter and time. Now, I've not taught you perimeter, but I reckon I can teach it to you pretty quickly here. And time, well, we've been doing a bit of time recently. So here is what you need to include. So it's kind of, you're actually drawing a plan, like a map of the zoo, but you've got to draw with the sizes it's telling you here. Now, obviously, you're not going to draw the real sizes of enclosures, because if you draw the real, it'll be a massive map you're going to do. So it's almost drawn to scale, so that everything's scaled down and much smaller. But you've got to do it the sizes it tells you. So number one, if you look, it says, create enclosures for zoo animals at the zoo. Now, it gives you 5 enclosures there, so like 5 cages or 5 places that the animals live, and it tells you the sizes that they must be. So you need a ruler for this. Now, I've not got a ruler, but I'm going to just draw it freehand. Please do not you draw it freehand. You really need a ruler for this. So, because I'm doing my iPad, I've not got a ruler. It's not going to work and putting a ruler against it. So I'm just going to draw it freehand to show you. Now, you actually, if you don't have a ruler, you can use square paper. Now, unfortunately, I don't think the paper I've given you in your math joters is squared centimetre square paper. So like if you drew 10 boxes in your math jotter, it wouldn't actually be 10 centimetres, because I don't think each box is a centimetre. But if you don't have a ruler, use your squares as if they are a centimetre. I think that's the only thing you can do, otherwise it would be too difficult. So just to repeat, if you don't have a ruler, a centimetre ruler, what to do is use your math jotter and pretend or act as if one square is 1 centimetre along. So a square by a centimetre all the way around it. So that doesn't quite make sense, but you know what I mean. So if we go back and look at the first enclosure, it says elephants has to be a rectangular enclosure 10 centimetres by 5 centimetres. So if you are doing that, if we're doing, I'll turn this around and go this way. So if we're drawing our elephant enclosure, what you would have to do is you would use your ruler, use the square paper, and you would draw an enclosure which is 10 centimetres along and 5 centimetres this way. And it would be an exact, so this would be 10 here, and that would be 5 there, and that would be, so when you say a 10 by 5 enclosure, that's what it means. It's 10 centimetres along the long side and 5 centimetres down the other side. So you do the same for all your enclosures. Now, it is actually going to ask you, because actually what I've actually kind of made a mistake here, because what you actually should, when you start a task, you should actually read the whole task before you go ahead. Because if you actually jumped in here and just drew all the enclosures beside each other because you think the task is just to draw them, by the time you go into the end, actually you'll see that it actually does want you to space it out and actually set it out really nicely. So actually you should read the whole thing. But that's me. I just wanted to show you there how you draw the enclosures. So you would read the whole challenge and you would see how you want to set it out really nicely, and now you know how to draw the enclosures. You would draw them, sort of space them out where you want. Now, I would advise you, once you've drawn your enclosures, to make sure you know which one's which, because otherwise you're going to forget which one's which. So that's elephants. Or you could actually draw an elephant in it. It would be quite nice, actually. Now, if you look here, I want to point out some things to you. So number 2, it says work out the total perimeter of all your enclosures. Now, I've not taught you this. I don't know if were taught it last year. A perimeter is the size all the way around the side. So it's actually quite easy to work out, especially if you've drawn it like that, because all you do is you would add up 5, 10, 5 and 10. So 5 and 10 is 15, 15 and 5 is 20, 20 and 10 is 30. So the perimeter of this enclosure is 30 centimetres, and you've got to remember your wee centimetres there. So 30 centimetres is the perimeter. It's almost like 80. I'm going to change that because it looks a bit, almost as if it says 80. It's 30 centimetres. That looks as bad, doesn't it? So, slightly better there. So, let's draw another one just to show you. So say tigers, say I want to put tigers down here. Now tigers is a square, 8 centimetres by 8 centimetres. So you could actually, that's an easier one because every one would be 8, 8, 8 and 8. So 8 centimetres, 8 centimetres, 8 centimetres, 8 centimetres. So when you were working at the perimeter of the tigers, I better say that's tigers, that's actually quite easy because it's 8 and 8 and 8 and 8. So 4 8s are 32 centimetres. So I should have maybe done that in purple so we could have seen that that's the perimeter. So that's how you work out a perimeter, boys and girls. You just add out all the sides. Now, if you... Oh, no goodness. I wonder whether we should leave number 3. Number 3, actually... Oh, goodness. I wonder whether we should... I think I'm going to leave number 3. If you want to know how to work out the area... I think I'm actually going to do another wee video on that. Maybe later on in the week. Actually, no, that's what I'm going to do. If you're trying this and I haven't actually explained area to you, if you do this beginning of the week, I wouldn't have explained it. But later on this week, I'm actually going to tell you how to work out area because it's actually quite easy. Some of you might remember last year if we did a bit of outdoor learning. I think we went out with Miss Ferguson's class. Anyway, but I'm not going to explain that at the moment. But I'm going to go on to show you number 4 actually, when it says create your own enclosures with a total perimeter of. And so this is a wee bit tricky because it gives you the perimeter, but it doesn't actually tell you what shape you're doing and what the size of the sides are. But if I look at the first one, hippopotamus, it's 40 centimetres. I know that its 4 sides have to add up to 40 centimetres. It doesn't actually matter what shape I do as long as the 4 sides add up to 40. So actually when I see 40 centimetres, I think about it as 4 tens. So I could actually do that, a square with all the sides 10 for the hippos, and that would be a 40 centimetres. Or you could actually, you could actually do a different option. You could, let me think, you could do a 20, a 5, and a 5 centimetres. Because if you think, oh no, that wouldn't work, boys and girls, would it? Because that's 20, 40, 45, 50. No, that would not work. So I'd actually have to think how to change that so that it added up to 40. So I'm sure you get the picture there. You can see that if you're given the total perimeter, you've just got to make sure that's what your 4 sides add up to. I thought it would actually be, 15, wouldn't it? 20, 15 and 15 is 30, 35, 40. So you could have that actually, centimetres in there. That could be either this or that. These two there are actually both at the same perimeter. So these 2 shapes, 2 different shapes can have actually the same perimeter because the sides add up to the same. So that's how, and I'm going to leave that one there with this one today, because it would actually, by the time you draw your enclosures, and then if you look at the last bit here, I'm going to just have to keep one of my hippo one, of course, I'll use the one that said hippo one. If you look at the last bit, saying to draw paths between them and to draw things like, so it says spend some time making sure you've included pathways, green spaces, a restaurant, gift store and car park. So you're drawing your whole map, your whole really nice zoo enclosure. So you could go and you could draw some trees on it, you could draw paths, you could draw a wee key at the side to say what each thing is. So I actually might have a go and do the first part for you properly rather than just roughly there, just to model what a good example would be like. But that is, I hope you've got enough to get it started. I think this is a really, really good challenge, because once you've done the perimeters and drawn the enclosures, you can see actually part of it is looking at time, and I'm going to teach you area as well. It's got lots and lots and lots of things to this challenge. You could even do things like you could make a poster to advertise as well and things. Or, goodness, there's so much you can do with this challenge actually. If I was in school, I would actually do a lot with this, because what I would actually get you to do is probably write a persuasive piece to say that zoos are either not good places, and try and persuade people that, or a persuasive piece of writing to say that zoos are good places to go to. But anyway, we're not doing that. That's just what I would do in school. Maybe we'll do that next week. We'll see. But for the first part of this challenge, now I say I'll keep updating this during the week. The first part of this challenge, I just want you to draw your enclosures. So you basically are doing number 1, number 2, and number 4. That's the 3 parts to this, I think. And I'll put a modelled part up showing you number 1, 2, and 4. Then later on the week, I'm going to teach you number 2 and show you how I would do the time. But if you would rather have a go, if you know area and time, and you obviously know time, but if you know area and you want to do the time yourself, you don't need to wait for me to put up videos. As I say, I love this challenge. I hope that helps a wee bit.